Hey guys, welcome. This is the Red Pill Raven signing on. Speaking of the things, shining a light on things they like to hide in plain sight. And tonight I just wanted to talk about for a second some things that just that has been getting on my nerves regarding the pandemic. People like Bill Gates, the plans that they've had in place, for a really long time. It's so obvious where things are going, in their race to accomplish their task. And I believe they're behind schedule. I think this is why they hate Trump so much. He put a wrench in their plans pretty bad. They knew it. They knew it the day they saw him go down those escalators. This is so much bigger than people realize. And when you begin to look, right, you look at things when you're going down rabbit holes, when you're looking into all this stuff. You're really only looking from the point of view of, the world governments, these billionaires, the dealings they've had for centuries, particularly the last century, the last 120 years, and how rapidly things have changed, and where we are actually at as a whole in the grander scheme of things. I mean, we've taken a massive leap in the last 100 years. And these are people who, they really do believe that things need to be turned over and made in their image. These are narcissistic, psychopathic people, deranged. They have their own system and their own way of seeing things. And it's not anything like what we know, how we see life. When they came out with television, they said it was the greatest propaganda tool there ever was. Of course, there was that whole thing with RCA and them stealing it from the inventor. But these things go really deep. I don't think people realize just how involved the world of spirituality, the metaphysical, and the esoteric is involved with all of this. They've had to get into it. Hitler and all of them. They were on a race. It feels like to me when I see things like CERN, when I see things like AI, this quantum D wave that Geordie Rose helped create, the Elon Musk warned us about, saying that they were going to unleash a tsunami of demons, he referred to it, in which Geordie Rose came out to to refute and rebuke what Elon had said, and instead wanted us to think about it more along the lines like he likes to reckon that it is. It's more like H.P. Lovecraft's old ones. They've been given directions for a long time. They've been breaking the codes to build something. Whatever it is they're building, I believe, it's going to harbor this ghost in the machine, so to speak. And it's going to come along with their nanotech. If they already have not been using nanotech against us. In fact, this virus could have a lot to do with it. If it's attacked our immune system in any way, our cells, I mean, we're hit with this electromagnetic radiated, Wi-Fi, microwave stuff. It's all over. And if they've been doing their geoengineering and dropping chemicals that they say is to help combat global warming, and these chemicals that have aluminum, barium, and other components that ladens the body down with heavy metals, well, think about what that does to the system if certain types of Wi-Fi get set up, if certain directed energy gets directed at us. Right? They make me sick because these people really do believe that they've been gifted something over humanity. They're doing more. It's like they're doing more than playing God. They want to make us over into their image. Even Elon, he is saying that their plans is to plug us in to AI regardless, and that he's trying to find something that would not necessarily combat it, but help us so that we aren't overpowered and controlled by the AI, that we still have some sort of semblance of power as human beings, because they're going to program this AI to make decisions, take over. And that's what it's going to do. Their nanotech has something that's like, I don't want to say brain structure, but they have something like a personality. We just can't see it. What is the difference between a jinn, a demon, and an archontic nanotech bot? What's the difference? I mean, this may be too deep for some of you guys. I don't know. But I'm wondering, how close are they to unleashing these things? We know that they use sacred geometric symbols and other types of tones and sounds and things taken from ancient esoteric recipes, rituals, and documentation. We know that the Vatican possesses books and information going from way back. I'm willing to bet 100% when they burnt the Library of Alexandria, they didn't get rid of all of that. There's no way. There's no way they would do that. Just like when they went into Iraq, they were ransacking the museums and libraries. What were they taking? Why? They were getting all these ancient Sumerian stuff. What did they want? Boys and girls, we are witnessing precisely the very thing that could take our humanity away from us. If you get plugged up to whatever it is that they want to plug you up to, what's to stop them from altering your DNA code? And it can. These waves, these radiated waves can. It'll affect your natural ability to connect with the universe around you, to connect yourself with the higher power, using your body as a vessel for it. You'll be blocked. Now they'll be the ones intercepting. Do you want that? And I really honestly believe they don't care about gay people, transgender people, or any of this. You know what I really think this has been? This has been an attack on the human being. Because once they introduce the robotic, they want you to be confused with that too. They want you to call into question what it is to be a human being. Who knows, maybe use the same games. You know, what are you, racist? What are you this? What are you that? For instance, Sophia in Saudi Arabia is a citizen. But are actual women citizens? But their AI robot is. Doesn't that tell you something? They want to take away your connection, your very connection to your spirit, to your intuitive power, to the realm of God, the universe, however you look at it. They want to intercept that and change you into something else. And once that happens, they can remotely unleash anything. They can change your hormonal levels. They can change the harmonics within you and cause dissonance and disease and put you off balance, manipulate your emotions so that maybe you're vibration is lower, so you feel more depressed, suicidal even, angry. Or entice you by saying, look, it can make you feel ecstatic, happy, full of energy. These people know how to gaslight. They know how to lie. That's what they do. That's their forte. The fine print. And just thinking about Bill Gates coming out, he's exposed himself to everyone. This virus. There are so many people on his payroll. It's sickening. When you follow the money. When you look into the World Health Organization, when you look into the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, when you look into Robert Kennedy and what he's saying. And why the media doesn't want to highlight that. You would think they'd be talking about it left and right, but they're not. And the disdain that Gates had just by mentioning the man's name in an interview was so obvious. They show themselves when they do things like erase videos by David Icke. If they acted like they didn't care, that he wasn't a threat, he's just a crazy guy, they'd leave him alone. Why are you making such a big deal about it? You're making us see you look scared. You're frightened if you're going around trying to erase any trace of an interview. Why? We know why. You're hiding stuff. That's why. You're hiding stuff. And these two people, the head, the coronavirus task force, they weaponize this whole situation. They want us all dependent. They hate independent people. Why? Because that means you're free. That's why they want us all the same, equally poor. Equally poor. They don't want anybody having their own business. They don't want us thinking about pulling ourselves up by our own bootstraps, building our own lives, being sovereign people. No. They want you begging for what they got. And then once that happens, you're really a useless leader then, right? They call us useless leaders now. You're really a useless leader then, and they'll feel like they own you. At that point, they can do whatever they want to, right? You're offering nothing. You contribute nothing. You're just a burden on the system now. That's what they'll say. But none of the money is theirs. It comes from us. It comes from working people. We pay them. We pay them. We've been paying them to do this. And now all these tech people, you can imagine what they're promised. What kind of futures are they promised? What kind of thrones do they get to sit on now? Imagine. We're headed for some interesting times, my friends. Unlike anything else in history. You're in the middle of it. Now you got to decide what you're going to do. if you're going to be a person of character, take up leadership in some form, start researching, sharing truths that you find out, sharing information with people, things that you know. Because all of this is a puzzle. And you have to look at it holistically. And when you zoom out and see the bigger picture, it gets easier to see. People are always asking, how the hell could such a tiny few control everything? Well, now they can see that, right? The whole world is on a lockdown. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to keep you guys on too long. I just, I had some thoughts I wanted to share with you all. Yeah, these people were dealing with madmen. Crazy people. And I've seen it right here, downtown Seattle. I'm right in downtown on 3rd Avenue. Around the corner from Pike Market. The only thing that's open really is the Walgreens and the Target around the corner. And people around here are losing it. And all there is homeless, mentally ill, and drug dealers. I walk outside, they flock to me like vultures. For everything. You know, I've already been robbed and whatnot. I'm not doing that again. People, if they're this desperate and this antsy and losing this much patience now, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. All right, my loves. I think I'm going to leave it there. There was a few days there I had wanted to come on and share some insights I'd had with you. But I had gotten caught up. But I do promise to stick around. I have lots to say. Lots. So. Anyway, I'm gonna start reading again. It's been many, many, many years, and I've only read bits and pieces through it. Behold a Pale Horse. By Bill. I'm losing it. Anyway, I'll show it to you next time. I'll show it and share it. I think that's one of those books that you need to reacquaint yourself with if you haven't already read it. Okay? So, anyway, people, share in your comments in the comment section below how you feel about this whole thing. What do you think? I'm very curious to know. I'm very curious. So, start talking. Start talking. I love when people engage. I'd really like to know what you guys are thinking about all this. All right, let's find some like minds up in here. All right, I love you much. Mwah. God bless. Stay safe. See you soon. Red Pill Raven, signing off.